Welcome everyone, my name is Wardman. I'm currently over in heroic Batol on my paladin tank named Mom is Asleep, and we're about to face off against the second boss here. The boss is this big guy that I'm focusing on over here across the distance here named Forgemaster Throngus. He ends up walking the whole length of this walkway, so it's a really good idea to kill him after you kill the first pull here. But you're just going to wait for him to kite around, and there's three things that this boss does. He ends up, one major thing he does is he picks a weapon. He either picks a shield, swords, or a mace, and depending on the weapon that he has is depending on the action that you will need to do as a tank. And I'll be covering each one of those weapons as we go on with the fight. When he doesn't have a weapon, there's nothing for you to know about. It's just mainly tank and spank, and it's dependent on the healer to keep you alive. Actually, there is one thing, is to make sure you avoid those falling rocks when he does that. Now, when he gets his swords out, when he picks the weapons called swords, it's basically a tank and spank fight. There's no kiting, moving, anything. You just make sure that he's only facing you and not facing anyone else, and that he's only hitting you, and making sure you keep that aggro up. And then after the mighty stomp, you'll see another big orange ball on the ground. Make sure you stay away from those as much as possible. Those falling rocks can hurt a lot. He's going to pick another weapon. This time he got shield. This one, it's very simple. He receives 99% less damage from the front when he's using a shield, so make sure you're hitting him from behind. Plus he's doing a big fiery blast out in front of him, and he'll randomly shift to another target. So make sure that you're always just moving behind him every time he shifts position. And that way he's receiving the max amount of damage, plus you're receiving the least amount of damage. Pretty simple. And then the next one he's going to pick here is the mace. This one is the most difficult for some tanks to understand, and that is it's a kite fight. You just need to make sure you keep moving him around. The mace he has actually physically drops fiery balls of flame onto the ground, and you just need to make sure you avoid those as you're kiting around, as well as the falling rocks. He will randomly be charging a random person and impaling them. After the impale, he'll drop him wherever he's at. Hopefully it's not on the falling rocks or on the flame. Once he gets the swords back, it's tank and spank again. And he usually goes in the same cycle of weapons that he had picked. It could be any random. He can start out with a shield, he can start out with a mace. It's completely random, but once you get through a cycle of 3, that's the cycle that he usually sticks with. So I almost guarantee that the next set of weapons he would have chose from that point would have been the shield. But that is how you tank the second boss here, Forgemaster Throngus in heroic Batol. Just remember to stay behind him during the shield phase. Make sure that you are tanking him and just gaining as much aggro as you can during the sword phase, and kiting him during the mace phase. Thank you for watching.